Hey guys, thank you so much for joining this workshop. I'm going to teach you the three main things that are holding every single one of you back from your extreme potential as an autistic person, an ADHD person, a neurodivergent, awesome dudette, or whatever you identify as. I'm here to make you realize there's two things that we need to do. And there's three things that we need to consider, and there's three things that are holding us back. Now, for years, this is something really interesting. I've been thinking about this for an entire year, and I got so stoked about it. I finally had this kind of eureka moment. I was like, this is it. This is exactly what it is. Because I deal with autistic individuals and ADHD individuals on a daily basis, trying to help them problem solve and solve solutions in their life, and think how can I help you urge yourself to the biggest potential you possibly can in your life? Because that's what I want to do. I want to help people as much as I can, all the time, always. And I was like, how do I do this? So the first thing I needed to do was figure out, what I thought was the first thing was people were having issues with confidence, right? So I'm going to put it up here. So confidence was the first thing. So we had an issue with confidence. And I thought if we go through confidence, if we enable, good understanding of confidence and overcome that, then we're going to win and life will improve and everyone will feel really awesome. However, that didn't entirely work 100% because the people who are in my confidence course were like, yeah, that's okay, but I also have issues in this part of my life. And I was like, dang, what is it? And so they were also having issues in their life with something called motivation, which we're going to call M. So we know that we needed to have confidence and motivation running side by side in order to have some sort of kind of movement in their brain. Why? Because motivation comes in two parts, okay? And I'll talk about each individual part in a second. But there's a third one, okay, that works in sync with confidence and motivation, which is cash flow or career. So since we've already got a C, I'm going to call this one just cash, okay? And this is how it goes. Here we go, guys. If you're confident, then you will be able to attack motivation and become motivated. When you're motivated, you'll be able to earn money or cash, and that cash will give you the confidence to carry on with the things that you're motivated for. Now, every single one of these has to be in sync. It has to work. You can't have good cash flow and good motivation and no confidence. This doesn't work. And you can't just have good confidence and good cash flow with no motivation. All three of these have to work together. So I'm going to teach you each part of this right now. And then I'm going to talk a little bit more about the in-depth part in a minute where we kind of we can talk about that more. So let's talk about this. So what are the parts? I hope you guys are taking notes in this right now because this is really, really important. Okay, so the first part, we're going to talk about confidence, okay? So confidence covers two things. One is the ability, let me write it like this. One is the ability to be confident, which is facing things head on, which is kind of like confronting. Confidence is confronting the things. So it's confronting your fears, confronting your goals, confronting issues you may have, confronting the job you need to do. So it's knowing how to get through all of these, right? So becoming confident in all areas of your life, and it is to confront those things. Confront the areas of your life which you're having difficulties with. When you confront, the word confront means to see head on, right? So can you see it head on? And then the second part of confidence is the anxiety component. Now, anxiety, I can't spell, but anxiety controls your mind, because without anxiety controlling your mind, you will be free to be confident. But if you've got anxiety going on, this is what happens. Anxiety causes fear. It also causes a low tone of motivation. It also causes worry, right? And all these, worry, fear, anxiety, they're all part of the same thing. Now, you need to competently overcome, you need to get rid of anxiety as best you can, or manage it, right? So when we talk about getting rid, we're not really getting rid of anything. We're actually managing. We want to manage the anxiety to a level of normalization, which means it's like this. Because normally people's anxieties go like this, like, what? But we need to normalize it. And we normalize it through a way of coping with the fact that we know how to deal with anxiety head on. And this is what I have a program all about this, right? Called Chaos to Confidence. It's called C2C. Okay, but that's not the only part. Like I told you, we have other parts. We have motivation and cash flow. So let's go through motivation. What is it in motivation that we need to learn to go forward? So in motivation, we have two components. One is movement, which is doing things, getting up, achieving goals, moving forward through life, maybe getting married. Like movement is everything from even just getting up in the morning. And then the other part is overcoming inertia. Now, inertia is a really interesting one. Inertia is where you have like mega procrastination. Like you might be like, oh, I need to do all of these things in my life. I've got to wash the car, I've got to take kids to school, I've got to get groceries in, I've got to do some work, I've got to kind of fix the shelf in my office. And then none of that gets done. You're like, I've got an overwhelming list of all these things to do, and none of them get done because I sit down and I go, wow, I've got too many things on my list. So we need to attack inertia to get rid of inertia. So once you get rid of inertia, and then you increase motivation, we're now on our way to the last one, which is cash flow. And cash flow is for this, okay? So cash flow. What are the components to cash flow that we need, right? So there's two components. One is opportunities, right? And then the more opportunities we have, the greater our goals can be. And the other one is career or income, right? Now, we need to have opportunities to allow our income to grow. And if our income grows, right, things become a lot easier. We have the ability to have more freedom, because a lot of people believe that cash is or money is the root of all evil, which in fact it's not. It's greed. So money is a tool that we need to kind of go through it. But let's think about all these things again, okay? And I'm going to show you the whole thing. So for autistic individuals to live the most prosperous life possible, you need to be confident, you need to have motivation, and you need some kind of income. Once all these have met, everything else becomes manageable, because it's kind of like this. Imagine being in a situation where you're having to juggle three balls, right? Which is life. You've got sensory overloads, you've got trying to understand social input, and then you've got kind of like ADHD and focus and hyperfocus on top of that. So you're juggling these things around, right? And if somebody comes in and says, hey, you also need to be confident, chucks another ball onto you. Now, if you're just managing to juggle three balls, how are you going to manage to juggle four balls, let alone five balls, when they say also you need to be motivated and you need to find some way of getting cash flow into your life? It's a nightmare, but it can be achievable. If you can control those three, then you can go back to dealing with the sensory overloads, or you can deal with the fact that maybe you've got social commitments going on, because there's so many things to learn. Now, I have a question for everybody watching this video, right? If it's okay with you, I just want to talk about it. Like, to me, you could find information regarding all of these things, right? From people who may or may not have done this, and try and piece together how to do all of these things in perfect synchronicity and in the best possible way, in the quickest way possible. Because at the moment in time, we're trying to do things so that you can overcome this quickly, because life becomes quite difficult and overwhelming the longer we have issues like this. Now, what would you rather? Would you rather find somebody who could take you step by step through all of this, or would you rather kind of do it on your own and may not even get there in time, right? Because step by step with somebody who knows what they're doing, you could do it within a week, right? And you can get all this stuff completed within a week. But if you are going, on your own, it could be months, maybe even years down the line. So one is doing it on your own. Number two is finding a coach or somebody to go through it with you and do it with you ASAP. Now, number two is the logical option, right? And write number two in the comments if you agree. Now, I actually have a program that I've just put together that covers all of these, right? And it's really interesting because it covers the Chaos to Confidence program. It also has a staying motivated and conquering the moment of inertia, and also mastering money and making an income specifically online completely with no money, but all you need is a phone or an iPad or a computer and you can create a career. I have got all that down in a bundle, and it's available for you right now in the link down below. Now, it's limited time offer because I don't know how long I'm going to keep it down at this price, because I'm giving you 3 major programs all together at once for a limited time at a really, really cheap price. So if you can go down below and check it out, you can be the first people to be on it, but you have to click that link. It won't be at this price forever. Now, I will be emailing you more information about this if you are watching this on a rerun. This offer will be open until the 1 week from the day this video goes live, so make sure you go check it out. The link will be in the description down below. I'm very happy to answer any questions. You can email me if you have any questions about it and you want to learn more. Go to the website where you can purchase, which will be in the link in the description down below, or the link will be in my bio. You guys are amazing. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.